everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, with 8.4 and then spring clean come up, I am going to deviate. Just, normally I do my general tier list. In there, you get a really good idea on the best champions to ascend, the best ones to rank 3, rank 2, 7 stars, and then just general power. That way, if a new champion comes into the game, you already know you can go, and you know how amazing the spreadsheet is, right? Like, I've even now just configured it so that only the 7 stars are showing, that you can remove Alliance War, you can move Battlegrounds. If you're unfamiliar with my general tier list, there's a reason why I say it is by far the best spreadsheet in MCoC. So incredibly helpful with all the information, knowledge from myself, MCO Illuminati, and then of course the spreadsheet wizards making this amazing configurable sheet. I will link the latest month's edition of the tier list video in the description of this video, and you can go and watch it, open up your own tier list, make sure you make a copy, right? And do all that, and then you can configure it for yourself. But today we want to talk about the best 7-star champions to rank 2 and to rank 3. I think with 8.4, spring's clean, that sort of thing, I think that's when I'll deviate when we have these big sales or big content rewards. And I'll go ahead and do the best 7 stars to rank up, the best 6 stars to ascend, in addition to my monthly tier list. All right, let's go ahead and jump through this now. We've configured this so it's only the 7-star champions that are showing. And I want to make it a couple things incredibly clear right away is I'm a big believer in that not only is the best champion to rank up the one that you enjoy, and I've been saying this for like years now, and I'm really glad to see it catching on when I watch other channels and videos or in line chats or Discord chats, is not only because it's a game and it should be fun, which is true, but also you're going to know how to play that champion better because you enjoy playing them, so you're going to play them more. And so when a tough fight comes in and there's nuance and there's a defender and a node and all these things happening, you're going to know how to handle it. You're going to know the spacing, you're going to know your champion's abilities. Now, again, just to reiterate the point, though, you're not going to all of a sudden make MCoC be a better attacker than, say, America Chavez. Well, actually, MCoC's pretty good. Yeah, even the premium tier on my tier list is a good tier. But you get the general point. Okay, so the champions in the tier above all, and I'm actually setting a timer because I do not want to belabor this too much. I want to move through, and I want to get you on your way. So we're setting a timer for me to talk about each class. So the tier above all, we're going to start with the Mystic Champions. America Chavez, like, I mean this, I said this in my Discord server recently. I believe that she is the most relevant. I'm not saying necessarily the pure strongest, that's probably still Doom. She is the most relevant Mystic Champion in MCoC. You can have other champions that can nullify or stagger or what have you, help you deal with buffs and these sorts of things, but no one is dealing with ability power rate. And she hits so hard when there are buffs. She can get through so many things. I mean, go to the playlist on my channel. I've been covering America Chavez for a very long time. Before her buff was even live, CCP server is like, I think we got a Battlegrounds monster here. I think there might be something more. And she's been nothing but phenomenal. Even used her in Necropolis for fights, not just a synergy partner for Kate Bishop. She's incredible. She's amazing. I've taken mine to rank 3. I have literally no regrets. Kushala, at the time, she's still relatively new, but more and more people are getting her. I do know that when I was playing high tier war, and I'm just now leaving SSX, we'll talk about that on stream or something another time. I really wanted my 6-star rank 5 ascended, but that was for some very niche nodes and interactions with cosmics and things like that. The 7-star rank 3, now that I've left tier 1 war, I couldn't care less. I'm not going to be ranking up my 6-star because I've got the 7-star rank 3 unawakened. Fine. She will get better when I awaken her. That'll be really fun. Her signature level will get better, higher, procedure will get better. All that stuff will be cool, but that's no longer important to me. So if you've got her 7-star rank 3, unless high tier war is a really big deal to you, rank up your Kushalas. Moving on to the top shelf, right? These are just phenomenal champions. Werewolf by Night. MSD just did a phenomenal showcase on that. Make sure you check that out. Sasquatch, Trappy's been showing us how great Sasquatch is in Battlegrounds and in questing and things like that. These are just really, really good champions. Wong was an absolute blast to play in Necropolis, and my timer is going off, but you can see the rest of the Mystic Champions. Let's move on to Mutant. The absolute best. They came into the game, and I actually wanted to take it upon myself to say, like, I think there's a chance Onslaught will get nerfed. And I wanted to do that because we had not had a champion get nerfed yet. And I wanted people to know because I knew people were going to open up crystals because he's just so dominant. He's turning off nodes, or like it wasn't just, against skill champions, which we're kind of used to, right? With class advantage and the class dynamics and things like that. It's fine. It's totally good. But there's even nodes he was turning off. And that's the sort of thing that makes me be like, okay, like when Nimrod came in the game or Human Torch, where this champion's so good, they're not just handling their class relationships, but they're handling outside of it. It's kind of similar with America Chavez, actually, now that I think about it. But Onslaught, as I've played him more, and hopefully you saw my video where I pulled the 7-star. I'm so excited, and that's even though I have the 6-star rank 5 ascended, which I'm very happy about. I've now got the 7-star, so not only am I going to rank him up, but I'm future-proof for time. Hopefully for years and years and years and years and years. Before 8 stars become a thing. He is incredibly dominant, incredibly powerful. If battlegrounds are really important to you, I would maybe consider the 6-star over the 7-star, but in a lot of ways I'd be like, why not? Both sort of scenario. I will be taking mine to rank 2 very soon. And honestly, if I pull a mutant gem with my rank 2-3 from Act 8, I will consider taking Onslaught and Domino up, even though my Onslaught is not even awake. And that's how good and dominant I think he is, and really just above and beyond the rest of the mutant champions there. Now, again, remember, like Kitty Pryde's not on this list because it's only 7 stars. Moving on to the tier above all, Danny Moonstar literally used her in my 8.4 or one stream, and it was the total Danny experience. She totally obliterates a Nick Fury of like 500,000 health pool, then totally struggles against a Gladiator Hulk. I think some of that was some game issues, reset my phone there, and then just dominates a Baron Zemo, and then I think I used her to take out the boss as well, and she just was phenomenal about it. She just has some stuff when it goes wrong. She's just so punishing. Can be a little bit frustrating, but you see the rest of the champions up there, and then we move on. The alarm is going off. It's time to switch over to the next class. All right, moving on to the science class. Photon, incredible, amazing. Yes, better awakened. Same with Titania, both of those champions, but both of them totally worthy of your rank 3, definitely of your rank 2, without even being awakened. And then when you do awaken, they're just going to become that much more potent. Photon, in particular, on the defensive side. Hulk, I mean, come on. Do I need to really tell you that your Hulk is worth ranking up? Absolutely not. If you are unsure of that, play him. Check out my videos on Hulk. It was one of those champions that the day the buff went live, I just fully dove in. I think I even did an Essentials video on him on that day, if I remember correctly. Absolutely phenomenal. Silk, a lot of people feel like Silk could even be in the tier up. Personally, I would want her awakened. If you were trying to decide between champions, if this was like for you to get Valiant or something like that, and she's your favorite and she's your best one, do it in a heartbeat. She's going to be great for you. Spider-Ham, phenomenal, doesn't need to be awakened at all. Spider-Man 2099, if you chose him from the CCP challenges, and you probably already know your Spider-Man 2099 is probably already your thing. You don't need me to tell you that. Morbius, I'm seeing a lot of Morbius hate in the community of late, and hate's probably too strong of a word, but negativity. Campo, I believe, put out the video on it. It just as a simple SIG 20. I think you'd really be surprised at how Morbius is taking some bleed immune matches. I really would love to awaken my Morbius, and definitely a champion I would consider rank 3. My own personal favorite is going to be Spot. If I could get Spot awakened, definitely would consider taking him to rank 3. This is a good example of like my favorite champion, even though I don't play him that much anymore. If I was to awaken him and take him to rank 3, I would play him all the time. I would get so incredibly good with him. He has a great synergy with America Chavez. Absolute blast to play. I don't think it's as strong as Photon, Titania, or Hulk. Absolutely no, I do not. You can see that by my tier list here with the knowledge of everyone that's in the MCoC Illuminati. But as an example of, it is a game. Take up those champions you really, really enjoy. And there you go. That is the science class. My alarm's going off. Let's move on to the next one. Moving on to tech. Shuri. Shuri's so good that you may maybe even see me pass her up, because like I haven't gotten bored of playing her. I just have played her so much that it's easy to forget all the things she can do. Like ability actually, special not being able to be evaded. She can crit. She can not crit. Like she goes untouchable. Like she was phenomenal in Necropolis, one of the most dominant champions. Like if there was like a horse champions of Necropolis, like her and Kate Bishop are definitely on that list with Aegon. It would just be because I've just played her so much if I take her up, and also due to I love playing Shocker. I love playing Iron Man. Now, if I was looking for ways to choose between champions, if my Iron Man wasn't an Awakened, which is how I will be looking at it, then I probably would rank up my Shocker. I do think Shocker is like slightly better. A lot of that's due to Battlegrounds because of the speed at which Shocker can get fights done. And I have my Shocker, I think it's like 40. So If I was to get a tech gem in that 2 to 3 from 8.4, I will probably take up Shocker, but I don't know. Like, it'd be a great problem to have, but this is the first time I'm really, really thinking it through because of this video. Warlock is phenomenal, right? Great. Moving on, I think some ones that might be kind of surprising people. I do think Ironheart's good. Now, I've got the emoji for like, hold on, early prediction, use caution. Make sure you've played Ironheart, really like her and stuff. I think she just moved into the Titan Crystal, so I could see a lot of excitement about her. Just make sure on that one. I really want to caution people on that. Captain America Sam Wilson, I get a lot of like, are you sure about that questions on my tier list? If damage is your thing, then no, okay? But so much utility. Bitter Steel has shown me so many things with Captain Sam Wilson. I personally don't enjoy playing Cap Sam Wilson, but this is one of the reasons for having such a large group of incredibly smart players that are willing to share their knowledge is they can help me get over things like that and show me like, look, if you can set up Sam Wilson, you can utilize that utility and you can get the SIG going, you're going to get some really nice damage. And a really nice way to alleviate that or balance that is to take a champion to the highest rank possible. And all of a sudden, if you don't have him at the highest SIG, so make sure you play him, make sure you really like him. But if you're surprised seeing him there and maybe he's your best tech champion and you pull 2-3, give him a shot, check him out. And then if you're like, you know what, a little bit of increase in damage would make this champion really fun to play. I do think he is a worthy thought for you there on that one. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to skill. Moving on to skill, Chilled is on her own. We will cover this in the best champions to ascend. You'll see skill class is chock full of those champions that you hear me call broken. I separate between broken and OP. I feel like OP is a good thing. It's like I'm complimenting you, like, dude, you're OP. Come on now. You're overpowered. You're amazing, but you're still within the rules. Broken means like you've broken the rules. And we've got, unfortunately, we do, I think, need to add Kate Bishop. I love her so much, though. But Kate Bishop, Nick Fury, Kingpin, and maybe even Valkyrie. Valkyrie less due to being broken and more about she's able to get around nodes. And I can imagine that it's going to be a long time before we see any of those champions at 7 stars. I would love to see them at 7 stars, but it's just my thought process is that we won't. Chilith is alone on there. Again, if you're like Chilith, and I have barely gotten to play one. I did a little bit of testing CCP. I have a 6-star who I almost never play, and that's because I've really been focused on my 7 stars. If I get her, I will be ranking her up. Bitter Steel, all the links to all the MCoC Lumani channels is on this playlist, on this spreadsheet. I'm sorry. You can go check them out. He's got a ton of amazing, eye-opening gameplay. She is a phenomenal, phenomenal champion. Moving on to the side, a champion I want to call out is Atuma. Now, Atuma is someone that when we do the 6-month top 15s, best champions in each class, and we do the full review of all the rankings, I actually think he's going to maybe move down. A lot of it's going to be due to meta. Skill class has really improved a lot. And so I think as a result, he's going to move down because your desire to reach for him is going to be lessened, in my opinion. Like, in a way, Bullseye, not just defensively, but also offensively, has, I think, in some ways moved Atuma down. So I'm looking forward to doing that revamp. So I wanted to call Atuma out. That being said, if you like Atuma, chances are you're probably pretty good with him. You know how powerful he can be. He is an option for you. Crossbones, I don't even think you necessarily need him awakened. If you're enjoying just that ability to actually turn off massive damage, and then when you get him awakened, he's going to be even better. But with all of these champions, especially something that's precious and unique as ranked 3s, make sure you play it, make sure you really enjoy them. Let's move on to our final class. And then our final class of Cosmic, we went over this on the stream today. All those bangers, this is similar to skill. I just don't think we're going to see them as 7 stars in the Cosmic tier. I really just don't. It's gonna, your Hercules, your Hulklings, your Cosmic Ghost Rider, your Gallon, maybe with Gallon, okay? But the other ones, I think it's going to be a long, long time, if ever, in their current form. The Serpent is someone who I actually could see moving up. Not fast for a battleground nuke, but a fantastic attacker. And, I use him to beat that Howard the Duck today, 8.4.1. A lot of stuff is going really weird, but Serpent just kind of keeps going, really. Like, I really enjoy the champion with that. His True Sense, I believe it's called. I think he's the only champion in the game that has it, turning off 2 of the most difficult defensive threats that get thrown at us in this game. And the other one I'll call out is Gladiator. Now, hopefully hopefully you saw. I did the video on his buff. I really enjoyed doing videos on champion buffs on the CCP. I wish they hadn't removed it, but I get that they have. And I understand that, but I enjoy it. And I told you, I was like, he's going to be good. I will rank 5 and ascend him. I did. And then I've seen people use him time and time again, having a great time with him. he is someone who, especially if you get him awakened, and like frequent commenter, an incredibly smart player, OYC has theirs. I think he said at rank 3 and at SIG 40 or 60 because he's put some 6 zones in him. So he's just doing incredible stuff with Gladiator. Gladiator is an absolute blast to play, and I think very, very effective. I think what's going to make Gladiator potentially move into tier above all, and the highest tier, is what meta, what nodes, what things are being thrown at us. If there's enough where what he does is asked for, I think you're very much going to see him in that tier above all. But you can see all the rest of the champions as usual. Make sure you play them. Make sure you like them. Make sure you enjoy playing them, because yeah, more rank 3s will come. But it's a game we take the game pretty seriously, and it's fun to take it seriously. So make sure you're spending your resources in a way that's going to make you happy, not only right now, but in the future. Make sure you keep your eye out for the best champions to ascend, and make sure you're always watching my general tier list. We update this every single month. All the new champions, all the buff champions, any big changes in the meta that we see coming, we rank them higher or lower. And then, like I said, every 6 months in June and December, we do the massive, best champions in each class, really review all of the rankings. There's a ton of information in here. And if you're enjoying it, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, share it out, go subscribe to the Illuminati, and thank the Spreadsheet Wizards if and when you see them. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.